Good evening everyone and welcome to another tournament stream. Today we are streaming the third tournament thingy of September. That is to say that's technically the 6th, but every tournament exists of 2 days, so 3rd and 6th, depending on how you look at it. Basically, tonight I'm going to be streaming Reti versus Veal first, and after that I will be following Loka versus Mates, and whoever wins that all the way through to the third match. Third place final thingy. So let me take this away. We are going to go to my garage, and basically we are waiting for the room invite that should be up in about a minute or so. Like I said, I'm streaming Reti versus Veal, followed by Loka versus Mates, and then whoever wins that through on to the third place thing. Then you have Fugit, who's also streaming Reti versus Veal, then following them through the brackets all the way to a third place match. What One's Helper is streaming Win versus Swag, and then all the way through the bracket to the whole final. And Every Good Name is Taking is streaming ASP versus S4W, and then following EG versus 03 all the way through to the finals. Now, basically we decided after Sunday we had like all the streamers in the grand finals, which is pretty useless because no one was streaming the third place match, which can be equally interesting. So that is why I requested to have the third place match today, and we're just gonna have fun with it. Nothing in this tournament is like all too serious, and we'll just see what happens. Basically, we are streaming with these guys, starting with these guys. I don't honestly know Reti, but I do know Veal, and they're lovely guys and just great fun. So in 4.5 minutes we are going to go into the battle. That means that we have plenty of time to have a quick look at the map. We are starting it off on Black Goldfield. That looks like this. You have 3 bases. Base A, consider the map base. Base B in the middle, and base C, consider the heavy base. Overall, it is relatively difficult to dominate 2 bases together because they're all like kind of far apart from each other, not necessarily in distance, but more like with cover. You can't really dominate 2 bases from the same spot as you can with a lot of maps. So basically that is the map that we are starting on. It is a best of 3, and on the other side we see Fugit arriving, and that means that both streamers are here. We're just gonna have fun with it. Like I said, it's not all too serious, these tournaments. Basically, the goal is to consistently get into the top 8 of these tournaments, because if you do that, you will end up in the top 8 in total, and that means that you go through to the professional stage. I believe it's called different this time, but basically it's the professional stage. And from there on, you get to the top 4, and the top 4 is going to go into the finals and win cash prizes. So, can be definitely interesting. And basically for clans like Veal, I mean Reti, like I said, I don't know them all that well, but Veal is one of those clans that they have a potential and they can reach top 8, but they will have to work hard for it. The clans that you see that basically meet each other like are generally when they are have reached the top 8, and then you see that in Loka and EG and Raid and Legion, of course. Those are the guys that we basically know are going to go through to the top 8 one way or another anyhow, because they're just too OP not to. So yeah, if you want to go, if you want to watch the stream on the portal, there is a link on my Discord for it, but I'm certain one of the mods can grab it for you otherwise. Basically you have to scroll down and it shows the future tournaments, but you have to click current, and then you can click the actual stream, and if you click that, then you will actually get to the live stream. So hello everyone that is watching. I do not have the reward stream tonight, so I'm expecting a nice and easy quiet stream, and like I said, we're just gonna have fun with it. I am really enjoying the tournament games. It's just always so much fun. This is always the part that is a bit boring though, because I basically have to chatter away at you and I don't really have anything interesting to say at this stage. Nothing's happened really yet, so yeah. But we see that Reti has readied up with 2 Vicus, 2 113s, 2 Icefoods, and the E100 for Black Goldfield. That is an interesting lineup. We don't see the 113s being used all that much, but the Vicus can run around quite nicely. But we know that Veal is taking at least one of them as well, and there you go, they have 2. And on their side we see 2 Vickers, 2 E5s, 2 IS4s and a 113. So that is a more mobile lineup, because even though the 113s, they can dish out the DPM and everything, the E5s have turned out to be more competitive. That's also to do with the consumables that they can take and the provisions and all of that. They have of course the sandbag thing, which means that stuff does less damage to them and all of that. But so far the E5 has been quite present in the tournament so far, and I think that's just because with those consumables it is a pretty competitive tank again. And I quite like that. There's a lot of different tanks taken these days, and it just makes it more interesting. So let's see, we have 45 seconds left to go before we go into the first match of this evening. Like I said, it is a best of 3. That means that the first team to reach 2 victories is basically the team that reaches 2 victories first is going to go through to the next round. And Fugit will be following this bracket for the rest, whereas I will switch over to Mate versus Loka. But first we're going to concentrate on these matches, and we'll see what happens. Dun 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 dun. 10 seconds countdown clock has begun. We are ready to go in. And here we go. Needless to say, by the way, you should know this by now if you've watched any of my tournament streams. There's a 5-minute delay on the stream, so anything that you say in chat, even if you ask it, if I reply, it will be 5 minutes later before you actually hear it. So yeah, that can make participating with the chat relatively useless. So let's see what they're gonna do. Let's go up and away. And we see Reti primarily focusing on the base C side, but of course the Vickers are going towards base A, and they're going to meet 2 other Vickers on the other side, if they are aggressive enough to actually meet them, that is. There's a rock in this place and I can't fly over it. Basically, people are being spotted as they cross over. People are getting shot. Not too much damage has been done so far though. And base A is going to be taken. Both figures are moving in there. Whereas Naro Assassin is staying where he is. They're letting them cat base A. I think they're sort of hoping... Ooh, that is a big hit. I think they were sort of hoping to... Fort is almost gone already. And they were hoping to catch Reti off guard here. But we have an E100 now being protected. And Prady is losing HP. We have a Vickers versus Vickers fight on one side of the map. And over here we are entering a bit of a stalemate, so I'm going to take you over to the Vickers. That is not, he's not going to be long for this world. There he goes. That is the first gun out of the equation. Fort is right after. Now we have 2 Vickers focusing on 1 Vickers. And now it's 1v1, but Kirovets has a lot more HP and he only needs 1 more reload in order to take out No Pen, No Life. I'm pretty sure he has no life left now. So let's go over here again and go up and away. We have more fight happening here. Donkey not looking too healthy. Ninja taking him out. Ninjaing him out, I should say. Ninja not looking too healthy either, but there's a lot more guns on Veal's side in this stage. Cold is almost gone. Pretty sure he's not going to be longer. There he goes. And Styx just basically casually ignored the ice for straight in front of him just to take out Cold. And now we have only Pamdalis, probably pronouncing that wrong, left. And he's not going to survive this for long. There he goes. That is a very quick match, just over 2 minutes long. And Veal takes it home. Very nice game. Very quick game as well. Basically a 2-front battle, which makes it a little bit difficult to stream, but that's mostly because I want to show you everything. It helps if the action is sort of like compacted into one specific area rather than multiple. So let's see, 1.5 minutes left to go before we go into the second match of this best of 3. And a potential match point for Veal here. If they win this, they go through to the next match. And now we have Reti completely readied with a T22 medium, well, 2 T22 mediums, 3 E5s, an IS4, and a 268. So that's a very different lineup. And there you go. 1 E5 has been changed to an IS4. And on the other side, we see a T22 medium, a Vickers, potentially 4 E5s and an IS4. Depends on what Naro is taken. So let's see. There you go, 4 E5s. That's definitely going to be interesting. But a funny fact is that both of them are now taking T22 mediums instead of Vickers. But I do think Vickers is a very nice option to have, especially with the speed. But we'll have to see how they do, how they perform basically. And that will happen in about 22 seconds. When we go into the match. So we just have to be patient a tiny little bit longer. And here we go, countdown clock has begun. And here we go, second match on Black Gold Veal. I'm always like afraid that I left the map on the screen or anything. But luckily that's not the case. And here we are, Donkey, with its rating camera, I believe, on the IS4. And let's have a look. Up and away. Reti now focusing on the base A side. And we have Veal doing the same thing. With Kudovets in the Vickers going to the middle. Getting spotted, but also spotting the guys on the other side. Immediately getting shot at, but no damage being done yet. The IS4s are spotted there. And Six is pulling back, which is a wise move. He is missed there, but he does land a shot himself. No worries, VIP. I can, well, I'll respond to that after the match, actually. Here we go, base A has been capped. That gives Veal a nice early point advantage. Ike losing more HP, Sticks pulling back but in a position where he can still shoot people. And with them moving in and going down, basically Reti is already bleeding quite a bit of HP. With the E5s here, Naro taking a big hit there. So he has to be a little bit more careful not to expose himself too much. But basically no pen, no life. It's getting reverse side scraped against. That is something I've never been able to master, honestly. Just look at this. That is actually just fantastic gaming. And he is still doing it. He is putting back. No pen, no life is almost gone. He does take a shot into Elysium there. But Elysium takes him out. And he is the second gun to be gone. Fortis getting basically, he peeks on straight on over there. And he doesn't get shot for it. Naro is not looking too healthy though, so you have to be careful about that. But look at the troll bounces from the T22. That is just mean. Brady has been taken out. Fortis has been taken out. And basically now we have Donkey. But he is not being ignored. But they're just preferring to shoot. Cold War. Cold at the back there. Naro still not looking too healthy. But Cold is now gone. And Donkey is the only one left. This is definitely Veal's match. That was very cheeky and aggressive gameplay. By both clans, to be fair. But Naro deciding to shoot Elysium. Again, very short battle. Just 15 seconds longer than the last battle, thereabouts. But Veal taking it home beautifully with a whopping nearly, well, more than 10k difference in HP damage-wise. And that's the first match up and over. So yeah, like I said, Veal, no worries. Basically what happened last time is Legion won and then VIP came into the chat to talk. The thing is though, that if with the 5-minute delay, that makes it difficult. Because if you want to win and you want to share that, you can't really do that. Because people will not know the score yet. They will not know that you won yet. But yeah, that happens. And I know it's not meant like that. And of course you have the room bug here. So let's have a quick look at what when our next matches start. We will following Loka versus Mate, so that's 23 minutes from now. That's the downside of having these very quick matches. Let's see. I've got a bunch of replays for you. I will be playing some of those. And we're just going to have fun with it. That's the only thing. I basically have to fill the void with replays. I can't play PC to save my life. And I found that if I hook up my iPad to my PC, it basically means that whatchamacallit, then the game keeps crashing. My PC game basically. It can't handle for some reason my hooking up my iPad. Fugit is following Veal, yes, for the next matches. Like I said, I'll just grab the tournament schedule as we have the start of this game. I will be following Loka versus Mates and then through the bracket. Fugit is following the rest of the Reti Veal bracket. What Wants Help is following Win versus Swag and then the bracket. And Every Good Name is taking it ASP versus S4W. And then following EG versus 03 for the next. And Raid Rip, assuming that he is streaming because I don't know, I've not seen the link. He is following TRA versus Tercios Españoles and then following Legion versus Raid. So let's see. I do absolutely love this tank. I love the whole auto reloading system. It just works really well for me. There you go. He can rush. That's the thing, the beauty of an autoloader. In the meantime, I just got a YouTube notification that Darren released a new video with the title T95. You either love it or you hate it. Well, I definitely hate it. It's my most hated tank ever. He's not being careful at all. He can get away with it, mind. He's just not being careful at all. There you go. Well on. Oof. That is why you sniper mode, honestly. He just has to be careful. There you go. Premo. That is the way to do it, Swiggle. This is something I've always found, that a lot of people do not use Premo nearly as much as they should. And because of that, they keep bouncing places. And they really do not need to. No. Let's see. There's a stuurder Immo there. But here. Oof. Now he just has to be careful. There we go, another one. There we go, well done. He does not need to do that, to be honest. I will turn around like he's doing now. Let's see. There you go, that's the end of the Immo. And now we just have an AMX left. I would honestly have stopped to take the base. I think he's AFK. That's like 3 damage, so that's nice. He just needs to be careful. If he camps base C, he will give away where he is, but it will allow him to get the advantage. So that's generally a good call. No, don't. Oof. At least camp. Now he's just like shown where you're driving. And you want to get that advantage. Oof. That is very tricky. He was not careful there at all. Tricky business here. And he needs to get C. This is a bit peculiar gaming, to be honest. Let's see. He can't keep driving around. He has to keep the base. Yeah, we know. I know. Oof, that's helpful. Let's see. He doesn't have that much time. He should have just kept the base, honestly. Oh my god, what is he doing? Swiggle, honestly. He can potentially do this, he just has to be very careful. Oof! That is more luck than anything else, not gonna lie. If he had kept the base, it would have been different. But he made some very big mistakes here. All the same though, he couldn't epic and damage here. 6 kills, 1524 base XP. That is beautiful, but oh my god. The peeking up and over was too aggressive and he should have just kept the base. Because that would have given him the pressure basically rather than the enemy. So let's see, what else have I got for you? I saw Marcel stumble into the chat, so I'm going to play some of him. Let's see. Oh, I do love this tank. This tank is nicknamed the shitbone for a reason. And it's just absolutely lovely. I have the paintball camo on this one. And it's just, it looks so good. I'll see, I'm not sure if my press account has that tank yet. But I'll have a look, see if it has it, and if it does. Well, actually, the paintball camo is pretty exclusive, so I can't show it on it. But on my main account, I have the paintball camo on it, and it just looks fantastic. Like a big splash of paint. Oh my god, Pascatoya! This is actually funny. Marcel, the player that we're following, is driving a tank that is called the Shitbon. It's nicknamed the Shitbon, I should say. But the thing is that Pascatoya used to be in a clan with me. And he's a fantastic guy. Great sense of humor, really fun. But the funny part is that Pascatoya is apparently finished for shitbox. So we have a player in a shitbox and a player with the name shitbox. Which is really funny, in my opinion. He is definitely being focused on here. Hey, Chris Johnson. Oof, that is lucky. I mean, this tank, it can get panned pretty much by anything and everything that's even breathing towards it. Oh, nice shot. Nice! Cheeky gameplay, Marcel, but I love it. So let's see. He has to be careful because we are flanking TDs behind them and a flanking med. So that is something that can be very dangerous, especially when you're in a tank that is as big as this one. Oof, nice shot. And another one. And another one, well done. Now he has to reload his clip again though. That's the downside of this tank. The reload of the clip is relatively long. And you're such a big target in this tank. But it's just such a fun tank to drive. I absolutely love it. There's a big E100, big target. Oh my god, he's reloading his clip again. I think that was a mistake. I think he didn't mean to do that. Let's see. Sometimes this happens a bit too fast, too soon. See, the E100 really wants him. Now he's moving, but he still wants him. There you go. Well done. Well done. That is how you troll an E100. Ooh! Beautiful. Hey, Sean. Hello, everyone that is watching Mind. Not just the one that I'm naming. Yaktiga wanting a piece of DFE. Marcel being very, very careful here. You're a big giant tank. There you go. Now you can clip him. Another one. There you go. Well done. And now the FE is gone. He can actually finally move. He's been stuck on 14 HP for literal ages. Well done. 6k damage in a very cheeky game. Oh my god, that was awesome. I have to say that's one of the funniest games I've seen in a very long time. Thank you, Marcel. And of course, Pascatoya there as well. Always fun. Let's see. We have time for one more replay before we go into the next match. I'll go with another one that I picked up today. And the Action X, which is installed right now. And it's a tank with very good strengths, but also some big weaknesses. So let's see. It's a tank I've got it. I don't particularly love it, but I know it's good. And it's not necessarily good because of the armor profile or anything. That's not what makes it good. It's the reload. The tank has a 4.3 seconds reload, as you can see. And it's just really good with that. Tiger P is having some issues. No, he has to be careful. This is basically why I don't like going to the spot. Because that either goes really well for you or really badly. There you go. Let's see. Did you know, by the way, that you can pen that little cupola on top of the T-34, where the Falcon is, basically, where he was aiming at, it just didn't pen. But you can pen that. Let's see. Not sure what he's doing here. He's being very cheeky, that's for sure. There you go. That is what I mean. That reload is just mean. She just has to be careful not to get hit by the T-34 because that can hurt quite badly. But he is a bit stuck in this position. He's a bit too impatient with his shots. Nice little bounce there. He's not really taking the time for his shots, and Veal just did a fantastic move there. And he has to be careful of the snipers on the citadel. Oh, and those. Nice. C101 is, I believe, one of the tanks that I'm grinding at the moment. The fact that I don't know for sure is basically goes to show how interested I am in grinding it. Basically, I just want to free XP all the tanks that I've left to grind. Grinding has never been my favorite thing in this game. I just like playing tanks, and I like shooting stuff and blowing stuff up. And I like the tactics. Now, I'm really certain that last game that the clip reload on Marcel's part was accidental. Because he had a full clip and then full HP E100 in front of him that he could use it on. This is funny. What is this guy doing? He's like going complete YOLO. Not sure where is he even going? That is like, makes no sense. He's just like decided to go full YOLO. There's the charioteer. There you go, well done. Oof, there you go, still penned. I mean, it's not the most exciting match that we've ever seen, the gameplay, I mean. Nice high roll. Oof, nice fire. He still lives though. Have to give him credit for that. If barely. Welcome back, Dominator. Hope you're going to enjoy your food. I've got another replay by Marcel that I'm going to play as well, but then it's after the next match that we've got lined up. He's basically one of those players, his stats don't show how OP he is. He is so OP. And a fantastic guy. So nice and so kind. Ah, Sean recognizing who it is that we're streaming. Lucas. Now he's finally moving. I do have a feeling that he could have performed a lot better. Oof, that is barely aimed. And now he's in a Kolobanov situation. Oh, almost. He has 1 minute left though, so that's not a very long time. What's he gonna do? 45 seconds left. Oh, that's helpful. Especially when he's like that. Bravo. There you go, that's one. 22 seconds left to go. Oof. 12 seconds left to go. Is he going to get it? He got it! Very nicely done. To be fair, mainly because they went YOLO at him at the end. I understand because of the time and all, but still. Very nice game. Well done. And the room invite is here. Let's see, is this the one? Is that the one? Yeah, there we go. Loka already completely there. Mate, not so much. So, we are going to go to the map that we were just on, to be honest. Castilla. Looks like this year, 3 bases. Basically, for me, tournament-wise, this is the most boring map that you can get. I really dislike this map for tournaments. And that has everything to do with the fact that it's mostly leading to stalemate gameplay. And you have base A, which is considered a map base. Base B in the middle, basically a death trap. And base C, also a death trap. The thing is that base A is the only map base that you can relatively safely cap, but the thing is that with the team game you can make every side work, but there's just so many lines of fire into almost all of the bases that makes it very tricky to cap any bases. But that is the map that we are starting this best of 3 on, between Loka and Mates. And on the other side we see Libra. I've also got some replays from him, but Johan, his real name, is one of the people that I've known for very long. Lives in Belgium, great guy, and just overall sweetheart. So we see lineups are now complete. We just have over 2 minutes left to go, so we just have to wait until the game is actually ready to enter the battle. But on Loka's side we see a 268, 2 Sheridans, 2 E5s, an IS4 and another 268. And I think we're gonna see some crossfire happening on both sides. Like, you have the camper trails on both sides, which is basically the ridges on the hill where you saw the Sioux and the, I think it was the Charioteer and everything. It's just so it's such a campy map, and that's basically how you win this game. You win it by stalemate and potentially taking out 1 tank or just capping 1 base. And on Mate's side we see 1 Sheridan, 2 IS4s, a Vickers, a 268, an E5 and a 215B. So that's a very different lineup. I'm kind of curious what they're going to do with it, because it is a base that it is a map that allows the camping and everything. That can mean that you always have to consider where you can get shots from at you. I mean, where you can get shot from. I'm sorry, I can't English tonight. It's awful. Capsule Gaming just asked, is the Action Axe worth it? It's, in my opinion, it's too expensive. It's a great tank, mind, but it's just too expensive for me. I've got it. I got it before, but I think the price is too high. So let's see. 25 seconds left to go before we go into the game, the first of this best of 3. And countdown clock is almost starting. Here we go. Let's see. Kind of curious how the Sheridans will perform, because this is a great map for Sheridans. There's tons of places where you can fire missiles from and stay safely behind cover. But there's also a lot of campy places where you can get shot from. So let's see. Loka, of course, one of the strongest teams that we have this season around. So I'm also very curious to see them perform. Last week they were, well, last Sunday, they were knocked out by a raid early on. And that was a shame, but they were like Legion today. They were up against each other so early on. That makes it very tricky with the seeding that we have. We have the F going up onto the campy place. The 268s basically going to campy places as well. Libra being quite forwards in his Sheridan. And people have been spotted. Gandalf taking a little bit of a hit. DF having been spotted as he crosses up. So he has to be careful. There you go. That is a nice missile hit from Libra there. Base A is being kept completely uncontested. No one from Mates is near there. And that means that Loka will have an early point advantage, and that can be very dangerous when you have a clan like Loka. Because now they are just starting to get more and more of an advantage with that base. And they sure as hell are not going to allow mates to cap base C or base B. That's just not going to happen. So let's see. Edgar hiding behind the buildings. Lines of fire happening. But not much actual damage being done. Oh no, never mind that. Ariana Grande just took a big hit there. And I believe that was a blind shot even. I'm not entirely certain, but she wasn't light up. He wasn't lined up, lighted up. Lit up. There you go. Eventually I'll get to the right English word. So Ariana repositioning. But being careful. Big hit into Winner Tanker there. Oof. Non-hit on the Vickers there. Ariana Grande repositioning a little bit. DF taking a hit. And repositioning. Which I think is a good call. And that missile missed. Let's see. Basically, this is what I mean with the stalemate gaming. But the thing is that Loka now has a 200 point advantage over mates. And mates will have to make a move. They will have to push somewhere. Get those bases. Big hit into fake smile there. No party without me getting hit. Oof. No party without me taking more damage. But look at the HP just vanishing on mate's side. As they cross over. They still don't have a base. But they are bleeding HP. Fake smile is almost gone. And no party without me is not alone. Big hits into stay calm. Now Juicy Dude is pushing in together with the Vickers and the E5. Going towards the middle. The EF not looking too healthy. Basically going to try and find an angle where I can show you all that is happening. Because we have half of mates pushing into the middle and half of them pushing here. But they're not committing to the push. They had 4 guns here. And they've lost so much HP. Trying to push Loka like this. And there goes Fake Smile. He is the first one gone. And now it's 2 guns versus 2 guns. But the thing is that we have much healthier E5s here. Stay calm. Not going to be calm much longer. Almost gone. Edgar is not looking too healthy either. Unisex decides to come and tangle along. Ramming Stay Calm to death here. Gangdolf. Basically now being... Oof. James and Gandalf both gone, and there goes Juicy Dude. And now we just have Libra and Winner Tanker. And he's not going to make it. Libra is running away. But he's being set upon. DF has been gone. Is gone. But there goes Libra as well. Catch his neck. Caught him. And there we go. Winner Tanker is gone. And that is the first match for Loka. I'm not entirely certain why mates did not just push on. They basically started to push and then decided to stop. If they had actually rushed No Party Without Me together with Survivor, they might have done much better than they did now. Because there was just, I don't know, no commitment. So that is the first match up and over. And now we have a potential match point for Loka. If they win the next match, they are through to the next round. And like I said, it's all about reaching that top 8 today. If you reach the top 8 consistently throughout these tournaments, in the second day I mean, then you will reach the top 8 in full. 1 minute left to go before we go into the second match on Castilla. And we see that Catch a Snack has now been taken out. And let's see. In the meantime, Mates is completely readied up with 1 Sheridan, 2 E5s, 2 IS4s, a Vickers and a 268. And on Loka's side we see 2 Sheridans, 2 E5s, a 268, an SCB-1 and a 215B. SCB-1 is one of those underappreciated tanks, but it can work out so well, especially on a map like this, because she can work ridge lines, and especially the parts around the citadel, it works really well. Oh, I remember that I used to have a replay from Libra together with Wiener Tanker. And Wiener Tanker got murdered and he was complaining left and right, and I just started to call him Wiener Tanker instead. I can't help it. If people are behaving like that, I kind of have to. Mate Jochem stayed though. He found it really, really funny. So let's see. Second match. I have a feeling that... Oh, come on. My free camera. There you go. Sorry. It was glitching a little bit there. Gangdorf probably blaming lag for stuff. To be fair, the servers have been very unstable lately, especially Asia server, but this is EU. But we have seen crashes being reported and everything. Basically, we have made spread out more towards the base A side and not wanting to allow Loka another free base cap like they did last game. But it also means that Unisex is all alone on the other side. That's actually nice. Wiener Tanker taking a hit, and another one. Ariana Grande taking one. Oof. Lucky Libra not getting hit twice there. But this is the thing. This is what I mean with the STB. Missile? Yes, that hit. Not sure how it hit. It seemed to like fly over him, but it worked. Wiener Tanker is losing a lot of HP though. He's only a 2-shot for most tanks now. Oof, that missed. They're even referring to that, I think. But let's see. They're holding the Citadel now, and Loka is relocating, potentially going for base B, but that could be very tricky. There you go. Gangdorf has been spotted. Unisex has been spotted. Both of them losing some HP there, but Ariana Grande not going for it. I wonder if they're going to try and cap base C instead. But we have Ariana Grande going quite forwards here. Wanting to spot any campers potentially. And crossing over. And now Loka losing some HP as well. DF keeping Gandalf spotted. Let's see, base A is now being capped. And they're immediately losing more HP for it. Wiener Tanker not looking too good there. Stay calm, losing a lot of HP. And base B has now been capped, and now Loka has an advantage again. There was a very cheeky cap by Loka. DF going through the buildings. And now they're even taking base C. If they get that, it will be near impossible for Mate to grab it back, point-wise that is. And they're not shooting Unisex, and that means that they now have 2 bases. And that definitely puts the pressure on Mates. Mates wanting to hold. Oof, and we see Gangdorf taking more hits from the Citadel there. Oh, DF! That is not the kind of damage that you want done to you. Oof, big hit into the Vickers there. And there goes Wiener Tanker. Having been taken out there. DF and Ariana Grande relocating. DF still spotted, so he has to be careful. Ariana Grande not so much. Gangdorf looking at him. The Wiener Tanker basically admitting defeat. knowing that they can't really do much about this. Unisex losing quite a bit of HP there. For HP wise, Loka has a 4k advantage. They have a 2-gun advantage, which is saying a lot. Anuka not looking too healthy either. Even if they're still alive, but there she goes. He goes, I don't know. James, not looking too healthy either. No party without me has very little HP left, but so far Loka has all guns left. And all 3 bases now. There goes Stay Calm. Now we only have the Juicy Dude and Libra left. Big hit into the side of Juicy Dude there. And basically now we have the F rushing and Juicy Dude has been taken out. Libra gets to stay alive. But Loka has it. Taking it home. Winning the second match. And again, those bases were the pivotal points of this match. And basically secured victory. And Mate had no answer. So that is the second matchup up and over already. Let's have a look how the rest is doing, shall we? Basically, I'm very curious how this is going. They're not finished playing yet. And they're up against Win next. So that's going to be fun. Also because basically Win is one of my favorite teams. They can just pull magic out of their asses and it's just great fun. They're still going as well. I'm just going to play some replays for you guys. And then we'll look at the rest. How the rest of the bracket is going. Let's see. Like I said, I have another replay from myself for you guys. So I'm going to be playing that. And you can see just how OP he is. Here we go. Tiny little Vika CR. Very OP tank. Well, not OP. I mean, OP is not invincible. It's overpowered. And a lot of people forget about that. And this is one of it's a fantastic little beastie. So let's see. Ooh, there's a tank there. First shot missed, but he doesn't take any damage for it, so he's lucky there. T-54. Cheeky shot there that could have hit the wall. Just shoot him in the face, why not? Oof, T-54 has been taken out. Basically, it can be very useful to have cannon fodder here. Another cheeky shot there. Oh, nice. Oof, that bounced though. I mean, I'm completely biased when I play this replay, to be fair, because I just adore Marcel. And he's just a great player. But the tank is quite OP as well. Thing is, I always feel that I'm allowed to be biased. So far, still haven't taken any damage. And he's just casually ranking up damage. Getting all the shots in. And taking a kill there. Quite a few low HP targets here. And now she's being quite forwards. Wanting to take out the E1. And doing just that. There's quite some low HP targets there, so makes sense. No res in any case, because the FT has just been taken out. IS-8 is just shot but missed. Not sure if he was aiming for Marcel though. And right now Marcel is just ranking up damage. We nearly 4k damage into it. And now he takes his first hit. This is one of those beautiful sneaky ninja games. I like it. And there he goes. Only 2 tanks left. Hey, Crumb. I like that it's actually become a thing, though, the Whiner tank. But all in good fun. That was a cheeky shot. It actually panned. Let's see. There we go. Nearly 5k damage into it. And just casually landing some more shots. At this stage he doesn't even seem to care. I mean, if you get shot, it's fine. And there you go. 4 kills, 5.5k damage. That is insane. Absolutely beautiful game. It's only at first class, but at 6k damage, I feel that that definitely deserves showing off. And in a tank as OP as this, where 1491 base XP is not enough to ace a tank, that's saying something. This is as much an ace game as you can get. Beautiful game. So let's have a look. What has been happening in the rest of the games? This is the top 4 that we have. Loka, EG, Immo and Win. That means that is this still going? Oh my god, they got knocked out by Raid. Raid is not there yet. What happened to Mercy? Mercy got knocked out by Veal. So we have Veal and Raid together with Loka, EG, Immo and Win. And what else have we got? They're still going. Innovation versus ASP. I mean, they're called different now, but it's still Innovation. I actually don't know what their clan name stands for. I'm actually going to look that up now. No, they're actually called Innovation, so that's nice. They also named their team like that. That's why I wasn't sure. Actually clinging back a bit too early there. Let's see. Next match from Loka is in 10 minutes, thereabouts, 12 minutes. I'm going to show you a quick replay. Let's see. No idea if I actually showed this yet, but we'll see. A game in the cheery. Japanese line is severely underrated, to be honest. Absolutely love all the tanks there, not gonna lie. I mean the Met line, I should say. It's just a great tanks. Love the way that they drive. And no, they're not OP, but it just worked. They fit my playstyle very well. So let's have a look. It's of course a little clipper. Borstig being positive as always. Hey Daniel. No idea where the last shot went, to be fair, but still. Oh, there was someone there. Did you see that? He has been spotted, so now he's careful. But he did unload 2 clips there. I wonder if he's done any damage, because that doesn't actually show on the damage counter. Oh, there's definitely someone there. Let's see. Wow. That Borsig is just amazing. And the Bulldog is just toxic as F as well. Well, you have to be mad. It's just a game. There we go. First confirmed shots in. That Borsig is just amazing. Why you have to be so rude? Oof, that last one just wasn't aimed. I understand the rush, but still. There we go. Nicely done. Come on, shoot the Löwe. Nice. I'm so going to check the stats of these guys after. If I actually can. I'm not sure which servers they are playing on. Oh, he hit the Borsig before, potentially. Oh, the Bulldog is not looking too healthy here. He just has to be very careful. Löwe now going in. He's getting some nice shots in. Wow. Oh my god. Again, why I have to be mad? It's just a game. No, he's being quite forwards. Oh, that was lucky. Very lucky here. And a relatively low hit from the Borsig. I have a feeling that people generally do not understand that chatting that much is very distracting. That did actually hit, just didn't pen. He just has to be careful. This is not a spot that you want to be in. You want to be able to get behind cover quick. Let's see. Both that guy. This is just basically probably a name and shame match here. People are just so rude. There we go. That is well done. But basically, talking like this is very distracting to your team and makes it difficult for them to actually win the match for you. But where are they at? They don't have... God, that's not even true. Lol. Let's see. There you go. Taking a hit can sometimes definitely be worth it if you manage to take out a gun with it. I like how careful he's being. He has to be absolutely careful with the Borsig still there somewhere. I like how he's going around things. He can't actually shoot the Löwe from there. And now he has to be careful not to get Borsig. Oof, there's the Borsig. There we go. 3k damage into it. Very well done. That is just beautiful. Well, he's just crying just as much. Oh my god. There we go. Well done. Despite all the shit talking, that was a beautiful match. Nearly 4k damage into 7. Very nicely done. I can't actually see their stats, but oh my god, these guys are just pathetic. Shame. I might look them up later, but that's just sad. No room up yet. But it will be any moment. Let's have a look if the chart has updated yet. This is the top 8 of today. Surprised not to see Legion there, but we didn't have Loka there last Sunday. That's everything to do with the way the seeding works. And here we go. ASP versus Loka. Four minutes and 40 seconds left to go, so that is absolutely more than plenty of time. And we are going to vineyards, so let's have a look. The map looks like this. You basically have 3 bases. A and B closest their respective spawns. C is actually more back into the town that it shows here. But I have not found an updated map yet, so yeah. And basically that is considered a heavy base. It is a very interesting map because there's lots of hills and everything, and that makes it interesting with the fire lines, of I should say the lines of fire, and just the way that the positions that you can work with. So that is the map that we are starting on in this best of 3. And it's just gonna be interesting. No party without me is there, the rest of Loka is not yet. But there's still plenty of time left for them to arrive, and I'm no worries that they will actually make it. And we see the ASP might potentially be taking a VK9001P. That is, let's say, an interesting choice. In the meantime, I'm seeing a lot of chat between Christina and, well, basically my mods. I do see the chat, but there's just a 5-minute delay, so I can't really respond to it much. And basically, it depends on what you need advice on. But feel free to join my Discord server. The link is in the description of the video, or of the stream, I should say. And just feel free to join it, ask for advice and anything. It can really be helpful. And just overall watch videos. I mean, I've not uploaded a regular video in ages, but that's because of my health. It's been really bad. But you have Meaty69, which is fantastic for guides and everything. And you have, of course, Skate Extreme, which is still one of my favorites, even though he's been barely active. And just watch YouTube. You can learn a lot from YouTube, especially on specific tank guides and tank lines and everything. It can be very helpful. No, Noop, Gigbite. Juicy is not streaming. And he's not streaming because he's recording. He will upload it tomorrow. But he wanted to know whether this made his internet more stable, or rather made the game more stable for him. So he will be uploading basically the whole tournament tomorrow, just not right now. In the meantime, with just over 2 minutes left to go, we have ASP completely ready with 2 E5s, a Vigors, 2 IS4s, a Sheridan and a T22 medium. So a relatively mobile lineup. T22 medium, of course, always does fantastic work, but this is a map where I always feel that tanks with a bit more gun depression generally work out better. Basically, Christina, the best thing that you need to remember is that it's not about the stats. If you start focusing on the stats too much, you start making mistakes you wouldn't normally make. And basically, I'd rather have someone with poor win rate, but with the right attitude with me that's willing to learn, than a pro player that is basically just a shitty ass in-game. 1 minute, 17 seconds left to go. I do expect Loka to be coming in relatively soon. I mean, they will still... They reached top 8, but I do expect them to still be playing at least. And here we go. Unisex is there. And there, Trapmelon DF. Nope, we already had him. Adke, Survivor, and Ariana Grande. And we've seen Loka potentially taking a pattern. We have not seen that in the tournament scene in potentially years, actually. But they might take it, don't know. 40 seconds left to go, but there he goes. It's become an E5, and we see 2 Vigors, 4 E5s, and an IS-4. So it'll be interesting to see what they do with that. But overall that lineup can work really well on this map. And we'll have to see if ASP can bring it. 15 seconds left to go. And then we go into the first match of this best of 3. And here we go. Into Vineyards. Vineyards is actually one of my favorite maps in the game. Just utterly love it. So let's see. Oh, there's my super concrete. It's going to be blown up in 5 seconds. Just going to finish into thin air. There you go. I like that this actually has an effect, even though there's technically no tank there. And we have ASP focusing on base B area with a bit towards base C. Not necessarily going towards it per se, but more like defending. Base A is being taken, base B is being taken. The Vigors are protecting base A. Oof, losing quite a bit of HP, but so does the Sheridan there. That was a very expensive missile, and still Loka has a tiny point advantage here. And now the Vigors are hightailing it out of there. The E5s are pushing quite aggressively in the middle. Let's see. Loka is not being careful here. Flytix taking a hit. Basically, ASP is just pushing. They've just decided to go for it. Thing is that this is Loka that they're dealing with. Just randomly pushing. Loka is not going to be in a position where they're not defending each other. Flytix is not looking too healthy. Edgar has been nearly taken out. But Flytix is the first one gone. Edgar is still there. IJsdemir. Now gone, but it's taken them 2 tanks to take out one of Loka's guys. They have the sandbag activated here. Vic is taking quite a bit of damage there. Godzima being focused on, having 2 Vigors shooting him from behind. Ariana Grande is almost gone, but there goes Desolation. Godzima not looking healthy either. And now Ariana has been taken out, but again at the expense of 2 tanks. Basically, there goes the Sheridan, and now we only have these 2 guys left. They take out Spitfires. But look at that. There's no way in hell they can win this. We only have impronounceable nickname in the T22. Surviving a bit longer than the rest, but look at him just vanish. There's just no way. Pushing that aggressively against Loka in the beginning of the game when the teams is not completely spread out yet. Oof. Have to say that's quite daring, let's put it that way. Damage wise, about 6k damage between them. 2.5 minutes for the match. That is a very quick match. And I kind of wonder what they're going to do now. If they're going to play it more patient. No, we're seeing a Batchat being taken out. And Vigors. Another Batchat. Are they all going to take Batchats? That would actually be hilarious, to be honest. No. But they're going for very fast lines. No, they're changing, actually getting more IS-4s. I have no idea what ASP is doing. Let's see, we see a Batchat, an AMX 50B, 2 IS-4s, 2 T22 mediums and a Vigors. Not entirely certain what they're hoping to accomplish with that, but they're going to go up against a 268, a T22, a Vigors, 3 E5s and another E5 maybe? Let's see. Here we go. It's an IS-4. 47 seconds left to go before we go into the next match. And that is potentially match point for Loka. if they win this next match, they're through to the semi-finals of this evening. And to be fair, I would be very surprised if they weren't. I'm also kind of curious what's going to happen on. I think it's both Every's and Wild One's stream with Win versus EG, because that's going to be fun as well. So let's see. Here we go. 10 seconds. And here we go. Let's see. I mean, I have to be surprised to see the Batchat and the AMX there. I mean, yes, you can use both, but with the Vickers and the Sheridan in the game, Batchat is more taking like a backseat. And you have, of course, the AMX 50Bs, which can work, but usually you see them together, and that's for a reason, because they can clip together. Loka now trolling a little bit. And we have Sasbuku. Both bases are being capped. But we are in the Grande there. Base B is being capped. No, he's actually pulling back. Ooh. Cheeky gameplay by ASB. DF. Losing a lot of HP, but he can't really get out. Oof, he kind of has to get out of there. Because he's going to die. He's still spotted. There he goes. The F has been taken out. Very aggressive gameplay by ASP, but it might have just worked out. Unisex not being careful either. Now pulling back. Loka is probably wondering what the F is just happening here. Pun intended. AMX at the back has reloaded. Unisex being careful. Loka now going for a C cap. They kind of have to get a base. And it can't be base B because base B is well protected by ASB. And to be fair, I have to take my words back with regards to the Batchat, because the Batchat was invaluable with decapping base B. Now we see that base C has been capped. Loka is regrouping a little bit. And we kind of have to try for the base. But they have to be very careful in doing so. Spitfire is now moving in. Survivor losing HP there. Spitfire is taking base B. Unspotted so far. No! And they manage it again. And Spitfires can't even. Unisex losing more HP. They have to get that base. They have to get the point advantage back. And he has been spotted again. AMX is almost reloaded. Ooh, no, he does reset it. It doesn't do any damage, but he does reset it. Tiny bit of damage. And missed. Loka might just be able to grab it. But still, it is tricky. They lost one gun. They did take the base, but they might have to push base A as well. And that's being well protected. Loka having taken possession of the ruins there. But he's also putting two tanks pretty much out of commission there. There's some lines of fire happening. Loka will have to probably do something. I'm not sure they're gonna make it in time. Statistically, they might be able to. Survivor has to be careful. They can't afford to lose any tanks here. Survivor Not looking to survive. If they take him out, that can be very dangerous. He gets to live another reload, but there he goes. And now Loka has to move in. 910 points for ASP already. Loka has no choice. They kind of have to make a move if they want to win this match. Unisex. 955 points. Loka moving in. 970 points. Spitfire losing quite a bit of HP. Ikdemir getting hit left and right. 990, 995. If Spit... Oh, no, they got it. ASP winning a match from Loka here. Very well done. That decap on base B was absolutely brilliant. Color me surprised, not gonna lie. Did not expect that to happen. But very well played by ASP, and the Batcha definitely made the difference. And now we see weird lineups appearing on both sides. Not sure if they're actually going to stick with that. 1.5 minutes left to go. We are going on to main ruins. Looks like this, you have 3 bases. Base C, the mid base, base B in the middle, and base A, the heavy base. Basically, we generally see action around base B, and then it either floats to one base or the other one. And anything can happen, but this is a tiebreaker. We've not had that one in this tournament yet, as in not just this tournament, but this tournament season. I've seen no tiebreakers, I think. But here we go, 1 minute left, and Loka has read up with 2 E100s, a Hori, a Vickers, and 3 IS4s, and they're going to go up against the 268, 2 AMX 50Bs, a Mouse, E100, a Vickers, and an IS4. So that's a very interesting lineup. I'm honestly, I'm excited. I'm very curious what's going to happen here. But that is going to be awesome. I mean, after the last game, anything can happen. And probably Loka is also scratching the ears, wondering what just happened. Hey Mel! 5-minute delay, I know, but I can't not say hi to Mel. And here we go, countdown clock has begun. And here, ready for the tiebreaker between Loka and ASP. Let's see what's going to happen. Dun 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 dun. Very curious what's going to happen now. Thank you, Crescent. Vickers going towards base C, potentially mating the F there. They're both going towards the middle, both going to probably spot each other. Not yet though. That's actually quite funny. DF rotating back towards Loka. They're leaving base C altogether. Focusing on base B and base A. I think they're expecting ASP to be at the base C side. That means that DF might be going towards base A. But the tricky part is that he might be meeting a Mouse there. The Mouse is not focused on him at all though. So you might just go in and get that base. There you go, he spotted the Mouse. He does take the time to aim. And he takes a hit. Not sure why he did that, honestly. But base A and base B are both being taken by Loka. And that will give them an advantage that they desperately... God, you can... Seriously? You can get stuck on those things. In the meantime, we have some crossfire going on in the middle. Not so big hit. Unisex is basically stuck there where he is. Unable to relocate much. But now the guy is actually fired. He might be able to do it. But he's happy and content to stay there, it looks like. And with Loka having 2 bases, that means that they have a big advantage here. Because the points will rank up in their favor. Power Drish missing that shot. Vickers on the bridge. And we have the AMX rotating back towards the spawn. Flytix heading towards base A. But the F is still there. Spawning the mouse. And getting a little bit of a hit in. The F hightailing it out of there. ASP rotating quite well here. And the mouse. Oh, sorry, I missed that. Power Drish is now being pushed. And pushed quite aggressively. Loka going straight on in. The F losing quite a bit of HP here. Big hits into Ariana Grande. Ariana Grande has been taken out. ASP biting back here. They have 2 bases right now. The F is rotating around. But there's still players here in the middle. And the F has been spotted. Hits both ways. ICB not looking too healthy. Facing off against Trapmelon. We have the F. Figures versus figures. Unisex has been taken out. What are we seeing here? There goes the F. Trapmelon in trouble. Almost gone. And Loka is being eaten alive here. There goes Power Drish and there goes Flytix. But HP wise, there's a big advantage for ASP. Kotsima not looking too healthy though, he is taken out. And now ASP has to be very careful not to give this away. Catch the Snack is almost gone and we have impronounceable name in the AMX50B. Wanting to go in, wanting to take him out. Big hit into him there. And there we go. ASP has it. ASP is through to the next round. Loka is knocked out by ASP. That is insane. Consider my mind blown, honestly. Very well done by ASP. Massive kudos to them. Did not expect this at all. And to be fair, I do absolutely love it when I'm surprised in a tournament match. Very well played by ASP. The rotation, managing to cap base A, everything worked out beautifully. Very well done. Just over 4 minutes for this match. Wow, wow, wow. Like I said, I just... wow. So you have Raid versus Win. For 1 semifinals. And then we have ASP. That means that I think... EG has been knocked out by Win. What is happening here? That's the other one. They knocked out Veal. We have Immo versus ASP next. That's just... wow. Also, by the way, Kristen just asked, why is there a Legion member in the Loka team? No, there's no Legion member in the Loka team. He just has Legion in his in-game name. So he used to be in Legion and now he's in Loka. Incredible. Those matches just now, absolutely love it. This is also going to be a match to remember. Actually very happy with the games that Wild Ones is going to have on his stream. Because those are some really fun games as well. But I'm legit just mind blown. This is... I've never seen anything like... well, no, that's a lie. But I've rarely seen anything like this. This was just awesome. So let's see, when is actually the next match? I forgot to actually look at that part. Yeah, 35, so that's 10 minutes from now, or 12 minutes. I'm not going to show you another replay. we're just going to like look at ASP's team. Like, I'm always curious when I see high win rates like this, whether or not that's a reroll. And it might be, but at 10k battles, well, this is potentially a reroll, but overall, they play as well as the stats suggest, not gonna lie. I actually also like that there's more ASP arriving in the chat, and you're all going to hear my mind being blown, basically. Genuinely surprised and genuinely happy with what happened there, because that is just beautiful. And if you keep that up, I'm actually going to have a quick look. I mean, you can't see that because you're not seeing my browser, but I'm just having a quick look to see where ASP is on the leaderboard right now, because when you bring games like that against a clan like Loka, who has a very strong team right now, I'm very curious to see where you're ranked. So let's see. So right now ASP is ranked 12th, but they do have nearly 1500 cups to basically compare. The number 1 right now has 17.6k cups, so that's not that big a difference. Top 8 has 16k. That basically means that they would need like between 1 and 2k cups to make it into the top 8. Just really cool. It's like I said, it's rare that I'm well, I can't say I'm out of words because I find plenty of them and just mind blown. I like Sun and Dark Horse appearing and everything. I have to say, by the way, after this, after we've had the I'm streaming the third place match, but after we have the finals, I will be joining Wild One on his stream, together with Fugit and every Good Name is Taken as well. So basically all the English streamers will be there. And we will be chatting a little bit about what's gone down and everything. And that's just gonna be really good fun. So let's see. Basically now we have to just wait for the room to appear, which should be not too long. I'm just that last match though, that was just brilliant. In the meantime, I'm getting tag places. Let's see. Basically, well, one thought that he was going to be knocked out or something, but he's not. We just have to wait for the room invite to come up now, which should be soon. Now I'm at a loss for words, honestly. I don't know what to say exactly. Room invite will be up in about 4 minutes. So I have a little bit of waiting time to go for. I'm actually very glad to see that the people in the chat are as surprised about what happened as I was. I like that. Even the guys from ASP are like wondering how. But very brilliantly played, just so played. And to be fair, they almost lost to the ASP there. Because they were a bit too aggressive, they weren't careful. But it worked. Genuinely surprised still, honestly. But that was awesome. No, don't say easy. Don't be a condescending little shit. Easy is one of the most toxic things that you can say in the game. Nothing about that match was easy. I mean, it's Loka. But to be fair, Capsule Gaming says, what makes me interesting is why not double mouse instead? The thing is that mouse and E100 both have their strengths and their weaknesses. The E100 basically has, I believe, a slightly faster reload, but also does bigger booms. It has a little bit less armor, but a bit more mobility, and the combination can work really well. They're both super heavies. It's just different. So yeah, now we're just waiting. But those matches were just great fun. I'm just going to have to quickly get a message to Wild One. I think he didn't expect Win to potentially beat EG there. Brackets not team, so you have to stream until and including the can't type for my life. The finals. Anyhow, Fugit and I will be done earlier because we have the 3rd place match. Basically, I will not be streaming that part. I will be streaming the 3rd place match, I mean, but I will not. Basically, what I mean is that I will not be streaming the whole conversation that I will be having with Wild One and Fugit and everything. Let's see. Room invites should be up in about a minute or so. Perhaps 2. But that was just genuinely so enjoyable. Loved it. Loved it. Loved it. And basically those are the kind of games that I want. Not just in my stream but in a tournament. Because it means that things are not predictable and weird things can happen. And it just makes it all the more fun. In the meantime, look at my Super Conqueror. One of the few things that I'm missing on my main account because crates. But still, this is actually my favorite tank though. I mean, not necessarily in purple. It just looks fantastic in it. It looks fantastic in nearly anything. But this is my favorite tank in the whole game. And yes, we will have more games now. And after that, after the next matchup, we will have to place for a 3rd match. And after that, this stream is over. But we still have a bit to go. And we'll definitely just, after this is over, just definitely tune into Wild One stream because we're going to have fun with it. This is going to be great. Let's see, let's give me a room invite please. Okay, thanks. I mean, I'm not missing it, am I? No. Room invite, there we go, that's what I was waiting for. ASP versus Immo. It will definitely be interesting to see what happens here after all we saw versus Loka. But we are going to go to Rockfield, so I'm going to grab that for you. Rockfield looks like this. You have 3 bases. Base A, basically heavy base, base C, met base, and base B in the middle. Lots of lines of fire in all bases to be fair, and that makes it a very tricky base to map to cap bases on. Basically at base A you have a bunker that allows you some shelter, but at the same time if your tank is a little bit too high or a little bit too big, people from the ledge near base C can actually decap you. So it's, like I said, there's lots of lines of fire into all the bases and that makes it tricky to cap. But that is where we will be going next for this first match, well potentially also the second actually, for the best of 3 between Immo and ASP. And I have to say, ASP now put the bar high because I have very high expectations for them now. Let's see. Basically, one thing to keep in mind though is that with the clans, like the big clans, and it is less important for them to get first place. As long as they're in the top 8 consistently, that's all that really matters. So let's see. In the meantime, I'm trying to get another cough drop, but they're actually sticking together, which is useless. I always try to have like a piece of gum or a cough drop or anything in my mouth when I'm streaming, because otherwise my throat becomes really dry and I get a coughing fit on stream, which is not really the thing that you want. Yes, Crescent, there will be finals today as well. Basically, in September I will always have like this whole tournament bracket to go. Oh, Gassio. One of my more favorite people in the game. A really nice guy. 2.5 minutes left to go before we go into the game. And we see that Immo is taking 2 Vigors, 2 E5s, 2 IS4s, and a 113. And they're going to go up against 2 AMX 50Bs, 2 IS4s, a mouse, a Vigors, and a T22 medium. Interesting lineup for Rockfield, especially with the mouse. Because Rockfield is a pretty mobile map. And it's difficult to get. Basically, nothing about the mouse is mobile. So it can work out really well, but it can be very difficult. 1 minute 45 seconds before we go into the match. That's still plenty of time, and we just have to be patient and wait for it. Basically, this is always the boring part. And I genuinely just wish that people could just like click like ready, as in we're really, really ready. And then if both teams have done that, then you go into the battle. Let's see. 1 minute and 10 seconds left before we go into the match. I have not yet shown that Indigo. Well, Wunderkind, I should say. That is still a match that I want to show. Basically, I got a replay from Wunderkind where there was a match where the whole enemy team did 0 damage, and I still can't wrap my mind around that. Can't wrap my head around that. So let's see. 32 seconds left to go. Just need to be a little bit more patient. Gassio should be focusing on the games. Basically, if you've seen ASP versus Loka, you need to be worried as Immo. Amazing. And here we go, finally. The countdown clock for this matchup. Here we go, into the match we go, the first game of this best of 3. Dun 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 dun. And I'm really curious to see what's going to happen now. Yeah, it's basically they beat Loka. Just gonna say that. It can potentially work out for them. So let's see. We have the Vickers going towards base C. And they might be meeting a Vickers in a T22 there. People spotting each other. Bit of fire happening, but no damage being done yet. And we have Gassio now moving into base C. Which is a cheeky move, but they're getting away with it. Because there's actually no one to take it from them. Ramio could potentially be going into base B. He's not gonna. Immo taking control of the base quite well. We see blind fire happening, but not actually damaging the IS-4 there. Basically, we have top half versus lower half of the map. Well, it's actually left and right half of the map happening now. But Immo has a slight point advantage here. And that means that ASP will have to do something in order to make things work. And that can be tricky. Basically, the AMXs are holding at the back. We have Elons moving in, moving forwards. Flytix has been spotted. They know those AMXs are there, I believe. and want to spot them, but they are being careful. Basically, we now have stalemate gaming going on. Flytix is getting shot at, but is not being damaged. But with 500 points gone, Immo has the advantage. And it means that ASP has to do something at some point to get that advantage back. They don't dare go into ASP. Let's see. We have the AMXs at the back, the Ice Force over here. Basically, both teams are relatively spread out. And not much is happening. This is stalemate gaming. And Immo doesn't need to do anything. That's the thing. They just need to wait. It's ASP that needs to make a move. Question is, what move will they be making? They want to shoot Ice the Meer. Ik the Meer, I don't know. But again, not much is happening. Like I said, this is stalemate game. Makes for very boring watching, to be honest. The only thing I can do is basically just fly around, because nothing is happening here. Flytix crossing over. Getting across without any damage being done. And now having to be careful. I think they're hoping for Elons to turn around. Flytix getting spotted there. They know that there's two people in there. So let's see, what are they going to do? Tiny bit of damage being done to Romeo here. We are at 800 points. They have to make a move. Otherwise it's too late. They need to take out at least one tank. Both teams are ready for it. Kotsima taking a bit of damage. We are at 860 points. This is pretty much one of the most boring games I've ever seen. And now we have Power Dries going in. But it can be very dangerous. They have to take out a tank in order to take it. But they're not all there. Power Dries losing HP here. They need to focus fire. 825 points. They need to take out a tank. Power Dries is almost gone. He's not going to survive, and that's going to solidify the game for Immo. Basically, Immo has it. ASP waited way too long to take action. And then they didn't do it together. That's the thing. They did not stick together. If they had all been at base B, they would have taken out Elons like in a heartbeat. And they would have had it. But not like this. That's just wow. 1.5 minutes left to go before we get a potential match point versus ASP, but Immo has a potential match point here. And then we'll just have to see what is going to happen. We have Immo now completely ready in 2 figures, 2 E5s, 2 Ice Force and a 113. And ASP is now ready up in a 268, 2 Vigors, 2 E5s and 2 Ice 4s. And again, it will be interesting to see what they do. In this case, this was more like, I think, Immo's experience winning from ASP here. Because ASP just waited too long and was too spread out. It was like, oh, let's go to base B. And even though like most of our team is not there, like I said, had they moved in together there, then it would have made such a difference. 30 seconds to go before we go into the second match of this best of 3. and anything can still happen, but after a mental blow like that, it will be difficult for ASP to basically grab it back towards them. And here we go. Countdown clock is happening. Dun 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 dun. Let's see. Let's see if ASP can pull this back towards them, because that would absolutely be fantastic. I'm kind of rooting for them, not gonna lie. I mean, I adore Gassio, and Immo is a great clan. But after seeing ASP versus Loka, I'm kind of rooting for them. So let's see, we have the Vigas again going towards base C. And they're potentially going to mate to ASP Vigas. Shard, artichoke, that's not what it says, but I read it as artichoke. Taking some damage there. Ramio and impronounceable nickname. Gassio again going for the base cap. Not being contested. And this is the thing, this is again Immo going to get a base advantage here. Because base C is not being protected at all. And now we have Flytix losing some HP there. And base A being reset. Ikdemir having been spotted. And again. They keep trying. Now we have Vickers on the other side capping. So they probably will get it. But it is costing Flytix quite a bit of HP. And there you go, they finally have it. But by now there's at least 2 tanks difference of points between the two teams. And that gives Immo a big advantage here. Let's see. Again, Steelmate Gaming starting, but there's a bit more fire lines happening in the middle. Immo nicely spread out. Gassio in the middle, having good oversight. Overseeing things, I should say. Both figures at the back. Potentially facing off against the figures. Who is blind firing a bush. And Desolation getting spotted for shooting artichoke. Elon's taking a bit of damage there. But so does Power Drish. Basically they're just eating away at each other's HP. Just a tiny bit. But not much is happening. And again, ASP will have to make a move, but they will have to make it sooner than last game. And more careful, and more as a team. Because that's the whole thing. You know, that's where you can see the big difference between Immo and ASP. Immo, the players in it, have been most of them anyhow, have been very involved with Clan Wars for a very long time. What did Timo do? Let's see. Oh, there he is. Let's have a look. Not sure what he's doing here. We probably miss it. But he's just standing there. A little bit more damage being taken both sides. But there's not much to happening here. Again, still make gaming, but we're nearing 800 points. Come on, ASP, you have to make a push. You have to work together. You have to make a move together. You can't continue to do this. Yeah, I agree. There we go, we are at 800 points. ASP is still not making a move. You're waiting too long. You have to move, and you have to move in together. Cassia has just been standing there the whole freaking match. 840 games, 40 points. And again, now, ASP is moving in. But they don't have the mouse with them. And they're not focusing on the right tanks. They need to take out Elons. They need to take out Ramio. And they have to not lose any tanks in the process. Because that's going to be the thing. Power Reach is not looking too healthy. Power Reach is almost gone. There he goes. And that's the advantage back in Immo's corner again. And now Immo is just pushing in. They knew that this was going to happen. And again, they're losing tanks. Artichoke has been taken out. 905 points. It is very close, but the E5 over here is going to die. Timjack is not going to be able to make it either, but we are 975 points. 900. It is close. It is so close, but they need to survive and they need to work together. They need to take out the tanks. Base C is being taken, and that might be their saving grace. Mass losing HP here. If they survive this, they might have it. They're not going to be getting. Oh my god, they got it! Them actually going in to get base C is what literally saved them the match. Iktemir has been taken out. Basically, a lot of tanks have disappeared, but ASP has this match. I did not think they had it in them. They waited so long. Bug is sending someone to base C to avoid Immo getting more points. That is basically just working. Wow. I'm surprised, very surprised ASP got that game, but I think it's more of luck than anything else, to be honest. So we are moving on to Aces Bombs for the tiebreaker. That is this map. You have 3 bases. Base C in the basically desert area. Base B in the middle of the town, so to speak. And base A more to the upper left corner. Base A and B are relatively easy to dominate together, but the positioning around base C is much better. So that can make it a little bit tricky. So let's see. 1 minute left to go before we go into the match. ASP has read with, oh my god, we've seen E3 rising. 2 Vigors, 2 IS4s, 2 E5s and 1 E3. And on the other side we see 2 Vigors, an STB, 2 E5s, an IS4 and a 113. So that's a lot more basically mobility, which can work out really well on this map. And STB is an absolute joy on this map. I've had fantastic matches. Of course, those are pop battles and not tournament battles. But the tank just works in so many positions and it can work out really, really well. So here we go. 17 seconds left to go before we go into the game. 6 seconds left to go before we go for the tiebreaker. Honestly, again, a tiebreaker. I'm very curious to see what will happen and if ASP can pull this off again. Let's see. Dun 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 dun. So we have Immo sending the STB towards base C, together with the E5s. That is an interesting move, because the Vigors are going downtown. And we have all of ASP focusing on the base A area. Even the E3 is coming along with them. That's gonna be interesting. Both Vigors have been spotted. And capping base A. Ramio's in the middle. Godzima losing a bit of HP, but so does Artichoke. And yes, I know that's not his actual name, but still. Oh, Artichoke. Sorry, getting absolutely hammered there. Base A has been taken. And now we have Immo pushing back towards the town. But now it's actually ASP that has the advantage here. And they just have to be careful and hold. And keep Immo from pushing them one way or the other. We have the E5s pushing up and over here. Let's see. E5s are pushing up and over on the back there. Base B is well protected by the IS4s. Artichoke is at the back. E5s have been spotted. And they just need to be careful. Let's see. Oh, you're just at the point where ASP is pushing. And you're not going to believe that they're actually going to pull it off. Oh my god. Thing is though, now Immo has the disadvantage. They will have to make a move. And I'm not sure that ASP is equipped to deal with that. Because that's going to be difficult. That's going to be really difficult. We have Cassio at the back there, but he has been spotted. Sorry, my throat is really itchy now from all the talking. But yeah. Basically, they're shooting at each other here, but not really doing much. Lines of fire happening, but not much damage being done. Again, it will be up to Immo to make a move, and that will be the tricky part. I think they're expecting the E3 to be there, potentially. Elon's taking a bit more damage there. It's absolutely really nice to see your reactions in the chat to that last match. And again, pretty similar to my own, honestly. That is just weird. It was just weird. And now we have not a stalemate game happening. But Immo is getting ready for a push. We see Artichoke and Flankio together with Cassio at the back there. But they are expected. And Immo will have to make a move. We're at 755 points right now. Suspecub is basically driving back and forth between the two. A bit more fire happening. Flytix has been spotted. 800 points now. And we see the speed boost being activated. We have the E5, we have Mess moving in. And now we have base B being capped. That is the tricky thing. That was the diversion. Base B needs to not be capped. We have the E3 and the Vickers on this side. Desolation taking damage. Eistemir taking damage. Immo looking much healthier. Desolation not looking too healthy here. The Vickers being taken out, and now with base B in their possession, Immo is pulling it towards them. And now I'm not sure why they're not basically doing it together. Godzima still alive, if barely. Cassio. There you go, that is not the hit that you want. But with that kill, Immo takes it. And it was close, it was so close. But ASP just not have the know-how and the experience that Immo does, and that shows here. I would not say it was easy, by the way, for Immo. It was not. Oh, there we go. Third place match. ASP versus Win. Oh, this is gonna be fun. I'm legit happy with this. Not necessarily that Win lost as well, because they're one of my favorites as well, but these two are both clans that have made for big surprises. Win is known for putting magic out of their asses and making it work in a weird way. And ASB, we've seen wonders from them today. Remix, don't be condescending like that. ASB is done brilliantly, honestly. As for what is happening from where I'm from, Capsule just asked that. I'm from the Netherlands, actually. But my mother studied English, so she always made sure that I spoke as British English as possible. And Cassio coming into the chat, I like that. You guys played really well. But they did have you in a pickle for a while. So let's see, we are going to Middelburg. Middelburg looks like this. You have 3 bases, 2 in the town, 1 in the hill. Position in the hill is better, but you need to dominate 2 bases, so that can make it very tricky to play this map. It is a map that can work for fast tanks, it can work for super heavies and everything. But you always need to be careful not to let the enemy get too far ahead in points. Three minutes left to go before we go into the match. Both teams are ready. There's Figured, my ghost streamer. If you've not subbed to him, definitely do so because he's fantastic. And ASB is almost completely readied up now. And here we go. Readied up with 1 Vigors, 2 IS4s, an STB, a 215B, a T22 medium and an E5. And they're going to go up against a not really known lineup yet, so I'm not going to call it just yet. Basically, remix, play nice or get muted. Win, steadily getting ready. Basically, you can have your... basically, you can definitely be a fan of one team or the other one. But there's no need to be rude and condescending. 2 minutes left to go. And then we'll see what happens. Let's see. Only 2 more tanks left to ready up on Win's side. Honestly, like I've been saying, I really like Win. ASB does need to remember to take an extra player though, because they only have 6 players ready up now. There we go. Ikdemir being put in again. 1 minute left to go, or 1 minute and 10 seconds before we go into the match. And then we'll see what happens for this basically match for 3rd place. And now Win is ready up with 3 E5s, 1 Vigors, 2 140s and an IS4. So that is a lot of mobility. And yes, I do count the E5s among the mobile tanks, and that has everything to do with the speed boost that they have. And basically we will see what they can do. But I like the lineup that Win has, mainly because it's a lineup that can very easily go from hill to city or the other way around. 20 seconds left to go. And then we will see what happens. Dun 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 dun. Here we go, countdown clock is here. And let's see. Here we go. Only 1 rebel on, well, both sides 1, but yeah. I'm always wondering if there's a specific reason why people take different camos. Because in a way it makes it easy for the enemy to call you out. And we have ASP all heading towards the hill now. And there's a lot of mobility on both sides. We have got Sima going downtown, potentially to cap base A. We have Kuma going straight on in to cap the base. Oof! Banani taking some damage straight away, but so does Desolation. And base C has almost been capped. Athlete from north also taking a bit of damage there. And now the rest of Win is arriving. And Desolation might be in big trouble here. Because Win looks to be playing quite aggressively here. Desolation is now definitely in trouble. Oof. Basically we have a big giant F-Fest happening. Ollie almost gone. But Desolation is not looking too healthy either. Ollie is the first tank gone. Impronounceable nickname in the E5 here. Also gone. Both teams lost the tank. HP wise it's going relatively similar. But gun wise, Athlete not looking too healthy. Getting Mister though. Surviving but getting tracked, and there he goes. Desolation is also out. Both teams have lost 2 guns. Sasbuku not looking too healthy. And is taken out. Gabe didn't even try to hit him. And now basically Win is taking it. Almost gone. Banani. Oof, taking out. Basically guns are disappearing left and right. Powerdrish holding. Rambo from north. Not looking too healthy either. And taken out. It's 3 versus 3. But it can go every which way. Powerdrish not looking too healthy. But still. He is basically he is taken out. And now it's just 2 guns versus 3 guns. And that's the difficult part. Especially with the IS-4 here. Ooh, that miss is absolutely vital there. And now we have a Kolobenov situation happening for Ikdemir. And that's going to be basically Win's game. Especially when that does not pin and he gets tracked. He is giving up. Silent salute. He is driving backwards a little bit, but he is saluting here. And there he goes. Someone from north taking him out. Very quick game. Just 2 minutes and 42 seconds to be fair, but still. Sorry. I'm just having some stupid itchy throat here. So let's see. 1.5 minutes left to go before we go into the potentially last game of the evening. It is a best of 3. If Win takes this match home, then basically the match is all for Win and they will have the 3rd place for tonight. Just over a minute left. And then we get to go on to the 2nd match on Middelburg. I wonder if they're going to be as aggressive. They are taking the same lineup as before. So many E5s. But it can work out really well. But on the other side we see some changes happening. We see 1 Vigis, an STB, 2 IS4s, 2 215Bs and 1 E5. It'll be interesting to see what they do with that. 35 seconds left to go before we go into the match. Potential match point for Win. And potentially the last match of the evening for us as grand total. Let's see. But I actually really liked watching ASP tonight. And I'm hoping we will see more of them. Like that we saw on main routes and everything. Because that was unexpected and I loved it. So let's see. Here we go. Let's see. Those 140s they're great brawlers. If you are looking for a push, then the 140s are some of the tanks that you want to have. So let's see. Let's see if they're going to go hill again, actually. Or if they're just going to Cap City, because they could potentially do that. And we have Win heading towards the hills. We have... Or maybe not IS4. It looked to be going to base B, but they're not doing that. They're not going to go for base C either. Desolation peeking out quite far there. But he does spot some people. Ooh, and now he's getting shot in the bum, so he needs to not be there. And he makes sure... Ooh, he gets tracked down. That's costly. Base B has been capped though by ASP. Banani losing quite a bit of HP. Someone from north going after Desolation. That could be very tricky. Especially since he does not really have much help. Ooh, someone from north realizing he made a mistake here. But Godzilla going in. Basically, ASP looking so good, but being not careful enough. Not nearly careful enough. Basically, they want to take all the teams. Ice-Demir not looking too healthy. He's almost gone. There he goes. First gun out of the way. But there's some really unhealthy targets on Win side as well. But they need to be taken out. And that is the tricky part here. Oof, that push though. Exactly what you needed in order to make Powders miss his shot. Godzilla has been taken out. And there goes Subscrew. The 140 and the E5 stack combination. We have Provola that actually went downtown. Which in hindsight probably would have been the right call. With this very aggressive push from Win. And Win is definitely taking this home. Basically ASP not having an answer to the very aggressive gameplay from Win. And that's understandable. With gun raised, he's basically driving backwards. Oh no, he's not driving backwards, but he was just basically giving up. And now they're wishing them a GG, because these were very quick matches, to be fair. But this is a win. I'm not surprised here. But I would have kind of hoped for some magic from ASP as well, because they've been, especially against Loka, they were fantastic. Against Immo, they nearly had it. They just need to hold better. And that's exactly it. What Eka said, Clan Wars experience, that's the big difference between ASP and Immo, and ASP and Loka, and ASP and Win. Loka and Immo and Win all have the experience. But that being said, they did fantastic tonight, ASP, so massive kudos to them. And to Win, of course, as well, with these two very quick games. But beautiful games nonetheless. So that is it for tonight. Those are the games that I have. Like I said, I will be joining Wild Ones on his stream for some live talking about the matches that we've seen and everything. And it's going to be fun. So tune in there. Definitely do so if you haven't already. Sub to Fugit, sub to Wild Ones helper as well. And every good name is taken as well, of course. For me, this is it for now. I hope you all enjoyed it. Thank you all for watching. Thank you, the teams, for the really fun games that we saw tonight, because this was absolutely lovely. And I will be back on Sunday to stream for you guys. So have a good night all. Again, thank you all for watching. Stay safe and stay healthy. And for now, I wish you all adieu. Bye bye.